What is your whole deal? Hey bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment. With Kat and Pat.
Hey,
what's up, y'all?
What's
this
up,
is
you guys?
Mrs. Kitty Cat.
And this is Patrick on Ask Regan. And this is Seek Treatment.
Seek Treatment, a podcast about
boys, sex,
fucking,
dating, and
love.
We're live in the studio.
We're live in the studio.
With a special voice and the TV writer and book writer of her generation. Please welcome
And
to
she has my dream, which is bookshelf with a ladder.
Please welcome
That
to
is
studio.
The
Aisha
dream.
Muharrar.
Aisha, how are you?
Hi, thanks for having me on the podcast.
It's so nice to meet you.
course.
I've heard about you from Pat. I feel so left out. I want to be in the room. It seems so fun.
I know we
It
should
is,
have
but it's mostly this on looking at each
I
other
know.
in squares on the computer.
That's so sad
It's-
that it's not in person.
But it's this. It's
I know, it's
imagine
sad.
imagine doing an 8-hour podcast every day while you're writing jokes into the chat.
Stop. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I thought they were.
Well, she's-
I don't know what's going on, guys. My child's being kidnapped. I have to go.
I have to savor your joke.
You know, it's like a live recording of an abduction. She's just. Oh, you know what? This might be related to.
What?
Just
She
on
wanted
screen.
to wear. She wanted to wear a swimsuit today,
Mhm.
even though she wasn't going to a
Yeah.
pool.
It just wouldn't be
And
appropriate.
it's also like in LA. Kat, are you in LA or you're in New York?
I'm in
right
New
now?
York.
Okay, well, here it's very overcast, unusually not a sunny day. A lot of days you could go to a pool, but not. So she just like, I want to wear a swimsuit. And I was like, okay, dress for the day you want to have. Like,
Yeah.
you know, luck
Manifest
is the better
queen.
preparation, meeting opportunity. So, but I think Ben was just now being like, well, ultimately we aren't going to a pool and we do have to change into a different outfit. And
But-
she
but
wasn't really
he's-
enjoying that.
He's gotta just like let her make those decisions, and if she falls on her face, she
Yeah.
falls. But at least she's wearing that
Yeah.
swimsuit she chose.
Yeah, at least she's waterproof for whatever happens during the day. I mean, that maybe it's something else. It could also be that she just wanted to put on a hat, or it could be something where she's just like, it could be anything. She's almost 3.
I was
It
told.
could literally be like, I want to have a purple frog and there isn't one here.
Totally.
Yeah, I get
she's,
that.
She's so cute.
Oh, thanks.
Now wait, I'm
What's
so,
it like?
like-
What's it like? Do you like being in the Zoom room because you're a working mom, or would you rather be in person too?
No, I would rather be in person.
Yeah.
I think, you know what was great having a Zoom room when I was pregnant. That's when it was like, okay, I don't really want to be going anywhere. I
Yeah.
want to be able to like joke, and then just lie down on a
Mhm.
couch. Like that
Uh.
was really nice during that time. So I wasn't complaining that year when I was pregnant. I'm not complaining now either. I'm very compliant.
Totally.
No, I was out until like 3 a.m. last night.
It's
Isn't
so
that
unlike
what?
you.
Pray
It's
tell.
shocking.
I had to, as Aisha knows, I was sick on Friday, and I kind of was like not sure. Like, I woke up yesterday feeling kind of better. There was this dinner party planned. I was going to this dinner party that was like
right.
a friend from the gym. It was a friend from the gym and a woman I had a like meeting with, like a Zoom, like during
Totally.
during a general style meeting.
And this is why
Me
I
and-
can't live in Los Angeles. I can't go to dinner with someone I had a general Zoom with.
During like a general meeting, I discovered with a woman that we had a mutual friend that goes to my gym, and she was like, "We love to cook together, so we've been meaning to have a dinner party." I was like, "Oh, okay." And the next day at the gym,
So you were the impetus. You were the guest of honor.
kind of, and I was told I could invite 2 people, but I was told I could invite 2 people. I accidentally invited 3 people, but like I kind of thought 2 of them would say no, but then they said yes. So then I was made to disinvite people from the event. And then one of the people I had been made to disinvite was DJing at a gay space, and everyone at the dinner party was like, "Let's go to the gay space." So I was like, I was shocked to hear myself say okay. And I was just telling
See how
Kevin,
this goes.
and it was just the crux of it, and that it was like every random person was there, like every random gay, like East Side gay, It smelled terrible. It's like a small it's like
Were
a
there any women
small
there?
there were women. There was actually a lot of listeners there. Like a lot of there was there
All
was like
30?
there was kind of more women than I thought, and they were like listening. They were like the women were coming up to me and saying they liked the podcast, and they were like, and then I had this one conversation where a girl was like, "I love the podcast," and then her friend came over and she was like, "Have you two met?" And I was like, I don't think so." And she's like, "He doesn't like live here." And I was like, "Yeah, I definitely haven't met this person." But one person said that the podcast got him through making his Halloween costume, which was a bedazzled Fred Flintstone costume.
That's amazing. That's why we do
amazing.
it.
Do it, yeah.
That-
And it just is like East Side Gaze. It's just so specific. Like it's gonna smell a certain way, and everyone's really sweaty and like I don't know. I just try to be nice to everyone.
I wonder if
Totally.
it's a general East Side smell too, because there is like an East Side smell. I wonder
know,
if
with
it's the
this-
same.
This
It's
East Side,
different.
it's like intentional musk. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
there's some
it's
of
like,
that in other spaces too. The East Side,
Just-
there's a lot
but
of
just-
intentional musk.
Totally. It's like I don't really agree with that. I'm like, if you do have a certain body odor, totally fine. Like, but don't do it on purpose. I don't think. Is that okay to say? I could tell they like each other's pheromones and stuff, but I'm like, I'm not there.
I'm not interested in that.
Are you sure you're interested in pheromones?
No, I'm not. And actually, I just saw an episode of Sunny last night they talked about pheromones a lot, and it didn't go well for them. And I expected that it wouldn't because I don't like pheromones or like that idea of like spraying yourself with things or like letting it all out. I mean, it's very rare for someone to have just a wonderful natural musk. And
Yeah.
but I think everyone thinks they do. But it's really more like the stats are probably like 1 in 6 million or 7 million or something.
1 in 6 million is like, oh my God, this is amazing. But did you know that Patty Stanger, the millionaire matchmaker, has a line of scents that is like pheromone based, and there's like one for men that attracts men, one for men that attracts women, one for women that attracts men, and one for women that attracts women.
Cool.
Yes, that's what the Sunny episode. It was like a male bull scent to attract female bulls.
Okay.
I've always wanted to do the experiment where like you have like a bunch of random guys sweat in a t-shirt and then you put it in a bag and then you smell each bag and you decide which man you like the most.
Is that like on
Oh,
Instagram? Is that on
I
TikTok?
like that.
It must be on TikTok. I can't imagine where else I would have known about that or thought about that.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
off Instagram.
Do y'all know I was going through something this summer? Let me tell you this. One armpit smelled bad, one didn't. And I was like, we have to fix this. We have to remedy the situation.
Oh, interesting.
Whoa.
I
And would
don't,
you
I
s-
think I've,
What?
what?
Would you be like, oh, this side of me smells?
Yeah, I'd be like, this side smells and this side doesn't.
What were you using on the? Were you using the same? Did you have to mix
Same.
it up?
I just ended up trying a different soap deodorant combo. But I
Or
don't, isn't
that one underarm?
No, for both. For both.
Oh,
No,
I know, just keeping y'all updated. I know we just met Aisha, but I just really wanted to let you know that.
No,
No, I think it's great, and I feel like I know you to some extent just through Pat. So it's like it's not quite parasocial. It's like
right.
something else.
I don't know
It's something
what-
much dark. It's something much darker. It's knowing you
Something
through
more
Pat.
it's more
sinister.
sinister.
Something more toxic and
Yeah.
unpleasant.
But Aisha, sometimes you'll listen.
Yes, I listen. I listened to the Michelle Collins episode because I love Michelle
Oh,
Collins. So I just
the
wanted to hear her
funniest.
talking, and she's so funny. So I was like very excited just to listen to that.
just
She
came
was a
to-
little late and had some difficulties at the beginning. So
Oh,
as
yeah.
so I apologize.
So you were like, that's what we're
But
supposed
I
to
feel
do.
like I'm in good company.
You're like, I only start screaming as part of the podcast. Like they like to
Yeah.
have that up top.
We want to be as classic as Michelle Collins, so we have to create a distraction at the beginning.
Yes.
Should we dive right in?
Let's dive right in. So, Aisha, on this podcast, we just ask one question. It's who were you? Who are you?
Who are
and
you?
Who do you
and
want to
who
be?
do you want to be?
Right. Okay.
So you grew up where?
Where are you from?
I grew up on Long Island. Pat knows that.
Wow.
You
Just
go
like
to-
someone I know.
Directly south of me.
Wow.
And what was the vibe in high school?
What were you like?
The vibe in high school was I was a good student. I was kind of overachiever vibes, but also I was friends with a lot of people in different groups, I would say. I called myself a floater, but I don't
I
think
was
that's
gonna
accurate.
say a
Since
floater.
since then, I've learned that like no one is truly a floater. Like people think they're floaters, but they're not. Like, that story you were telling Pat about you and your friend being like, "Are we popular? Or are we not?" And it was
Oh
like,
yeah.
"No,
Me and
we're
my friend, I told this story in the room. We're like literally for their. Did I ever tell this on the podcast for our 8th grade graduation song? Like you can pick a song, like everyone nominates songs, and you had to vote. And me and my friend, for some reason, were like campaigning for Michelle Branch, "Goodbye to you." And we like literally were going around at recess being like, listen to the lyrics, "Goodbye to you, goodbye to everything that I knew." Like that's us, that's graduation. Like, can we count on your vote for "Goodbye to you"? But like for some reason, like the more popular kids wanted to do like "That's What Friends Are For," the classic like song. And so then when they were announcing the votes, they were like, 2 songs got votes. That's what friends. There were 60 kids in our grade, and it was like, "That's What Friends Are For" and "Goodbye to You." And in a vote of 58-2, the song is "That's What Friends Are For." We were
No.
we were furious. We were like,
That's
everyone sucks in
sad.
our grade. Like, thank God we're getting out of here. It was so Romeo and Michelle. We're like, thank God we're getting
Yeah.
out of here. And they're all stuck
Yeah.
in Tucson. Wait, so what group were you? So if you weren't a floater, really, what?
I was just like I was just in honors classes and with a group that was in those classes,
Yeah.
but there was a lot of overlap. Like I remember once talking to my crush who was
Oh my God.
popular. And I was like, "Well, why do you hang out with like this guy who's really like mean and annoying?" And he's like, "Well, why do you hang out with this girl who I find to be like an annoying nerd?" And so it was kind of like, wow, we both have annoying friends and like, we're constantly crossing. That's something we can all connect on. So I think, yeah, I had friends in like different groups. I had a popular girl say to me once that I was like a geek, but like a chic geek. She was like, "You're not annoying about it."
Oh,
You literally went to high school from like a teen movie.
I know. What do you mean, the
Well,
jock?
yeah.
And
Well, also, like, I think my high school was also really nice because now that I compare stories with people, like, I felt like there were definitely divisions, but it wasn't like a big deal, and no one was being like bullied in a really harsh way.
yeah.
Um, cut to me receiving notes from high school friends that are like, "I was bullied," but I feel like I didn't really understand bullying until I got to college. That's when I was like, "Oh, people can be mean." I think I was really my high school was like a really sheltered experience where it was all kids who knew each other from kindergarten, and it was kind of like, be who you are, whatever it is. Like we've accepted it. You know, it wasn't like
Yeah.
anyone was trying to be something different. Um,
Maybe
and
you were
everyone
the
was just really
bully.
supportive.
Yeah.
Maybe
You
I
were
was
the
the bully. Yeah,
You're like,
it's
there
like
wasn't
everyone
really a
was so
bully. It was
great.
so weird.
No one.
It was so weird. There wasn't a single bully.
There wasn't a single bully, and everyone would just kind of do what I said, and it was really great.
And
I don't know.
everyone was always crying, but no one was bullying them.
Yeah.
Did you always want to be a writer? Because you just came out with a little something I
Let's
like
see
to
it.
call
This
Loved
is
One.
amazing.
Yay!
I
know,
love the
isn't this
cover art
amazing
so
cover
much.
art? Did
The
you
cover's
want
so
to?
good.
Were you writing like stories and stuff?
Yeah, I was writing stories as a kid, and so I was writing stories. I did this. I would go to the public library a lot, and they had a class. It was like creative writing class, like come in and do writing. And I had done a lot of stuff like that in elementary school, so I went to the class, but it was all adults and me. It was just like it was meant to be an adult class, but you know when you're a kid, like it feels like the library is just for you. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's hard to think that adults are going to the library for activities because it's like I was just always in the kids section. So I saw that sign and was like, I'm going. They let me stay for one class. I got to
That's
read
so
my
cute.
story. Yeah, but then I wasn't allowed to hear the adult stories. But they gave me notes on my story, which was like a girl who wanted a cat, so she made one out of snow. And it came
Okay,
to
magical
life. It's clearly
realism.
Frosty the Snowman. Like it clearly was I stole it from Frosty the Snowman, but made it a cat.
And
they
that's
were like,
very
"It's a
similar
good."
to the plot of Loved One.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
A girl wants something, but it's not possible. It's just not possible what she wants.
Persona Nutrition delivers science-backed, personalized vitamin packs that make daily wellness simple and convenient. In just minutes, you can get a plan tailored to your health goals. No clutter, no guesswork, just grab-and-go packs designed by experts. Your vitamins come in convenient daily packs for morning, evening, and bedtime. You can get a personalized supplement plan in just a few minutes. with Persona's free online assessment. With your subscription, you get unlimited free nutritionist consultations, and they're included with your plan, so you're never on your own. Daily packs are delivered right to your door, making it easy to stay consistent with your health goals. What did I learn from my Persona assessment? I actually learned I was low in iron, which actually could be the reason that I've actually been tired my whole life since the moment I was born and brought into this earth. And so now I can have a plan to take the supplements I need to feel better and awake, which is only going to help me create amazing creative pieces in my creative work. And I have definitely been enjoying my daily packs that have been keeping track of my supplements, because it just helps me know that I'm getting all the vitamins that I need to feel my best, both physically and mentally, and that's so important. So go to personanutrition.com/seek treatment today to take the free assessment and get your personalized daily vitamin packs for an exclusive offer. Get 40% off your first order. That's personanutrition.com/seek treatment. Take the free assessment now.
Oh, I have a million questions, but wait. Okay, so well, first of all, just a quick aside: how the hell did you write a book and while being in these writers' rooms? Like, what's your routine? How do you juggle everything?
Oh yeah, I didn't really think it through because like from my agents, my literary agents assistant was like, I can't imagine doing this all, and I was like, I couldn't imagine either. Maybe I should have, because it was actually quite challenging.
Yeah.
I worked on the book like on hiatus time in between Good Place seasons.
That is so
and I took
cheating.
some time
That
off.
is so cheating.
Now, I wasn't doing the thing where it's like, I wake up at 4 a.m.
Right,
and while the
right.
creative juices are flowing. I
Yeah.
also think if you have a creative day job, it's really hard to then go and write. I think
It's
like friends of
so
mine
hard.
who are doing other things. I've heard of authors who are like, there are a lot of really romance novelists who are also attorneys. And I feel like that makes sense, because they're like, it's a lot. It's like they have like one part of their brain. Like did you guys see there was recently like some famous author that it's like came out as an attorney? It was like, this woman's real identity is that she was a doctor. She's like, she's just a doctor. Yeah. But I feel like that's something where it's a totally different part of your brain. If you're doing a career where it's like logic based and you're just like, you have specific tasks and you know what to do, as opposed to if you're writing during the day or working on a show, or I think even like if I have friends who like do graphic design, like anything creative, and then trying to write after is so hard. I think it's not.
So
true,
guys, if you were listening to this and you want to become a novelist, the easiest way is to first become a doctor, and then on the nights and weekends, crank out your book.
Yeah,
maybe
between surgeries.
Scalpel down, typewriter up.
Okay. Did you have boyfriends in high school?
Back to
No,
business.
I didn't have boyfriends in high school. And I was working on a book in high school too. I wrote a book in high school about labels and click. Surprise! I was because I was a floater and I was fascinated by that.
That's a good title, The Floater.
Yeah, that is a good title. So I was like, I wrote a book called More Than a Label in high school. So I was doing that.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, we need to read it.
Didn't have a boyfriend.
Wait, was it
But
about
then-
like someone who didn't conform to like jock and nerd?
No,
and
it was
something?
nonfiction. It wasn't like a novel. It was like, this is my first novel. Love One is my first novel. The More Than Label was like a scientific study that I, as like a 16-year-old, conducted by the publisher sent label surveys across the country to teenagers across the country, being like, tell us what the labels are in your high school. Do you feel like those are beneficial to you, or do you feel like you want to push against those labels? What are the worst labels in your high school? Like, what's a popular label? What's an unpopular label? Like, are clicks negative or positive? And then I compiled the results. I didn't know about this, Pat. I guess I haven't talked about this.
No, I know that you were like a Teen Vogue editor.
You were
Teen People, yeah.
Teen People,
I was very much like a teen writer. My
How
mom,
did you know how to do that? Yeah, sorry.
I didn't grow up with a lot of money, and my mom was like, when I said I wanted to be a writer, she was like, that's not going to work. You need to do something that pays well. my mom's pretty funny, and I guess she was also roasting me even though I was young. She was like, I can tell you already have expensive taste and you need to do something that will make money. So she wanted me to do like the lawyer or doctor thing, which I guess would have been fine. I would have ended up a writer anyway. Based on
You can't avoid it.
We would have had loved one a long time ago had you taken that MCAT.
Yeah, it went faster. But she was like, you have to make. So I from a young age was like, oh, I want to figure out a way to make money writing. And I would apply to things like 17 or, and then Teen People started. Teen People came out, I don't remember, but it was a relatively like new thing. Like 17's been around for like decades, but Teen People came out during a specific time.
The first issue of 17 was etched on a cave by a cave guy.
Yeah.
Seven tips to impress your crush on a cave.
Mixing sediment together to make a lip gloss and then writing that down for her friends, being like, I've made
17,
come to my cave tonight to see.
17 magazine is an ancient publication older than time itself.
Stop.
Yeah, it predates magazines.
Yeah.
It's a concept.
But Teen People, that was around 2000. That was around the millennium.
Yeah, it was like Jennifer Love Hewitt was on the first cover. I remember that. And then they had something where they were like, the difference between us and other teen magazines is that we want the teens to contribute. We want the teens to be part of it. So they had like a contest to write in and be like a Teen People news team reporter, or no contest, you could be a Teen People trend spotter, which was just like a random thing where they just picked different teens around the country and would send them things. And we would just spot trends. I noticed people are doing this. So I got to do both, like the kind of like, which was very me, I guess. I got to do like the one that was like, we're going to do some reporting. And then I also got to do the one that was just the kind of fake, silly one that was just like anything you notice people doing. Like people are wearing candies. I was so Teen People about that.
And no offense, but were people in your grade like, what is her deal?
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. It was very supportive. Like, I don't think my friends were like, this is so cool and it's great, but it was like, okay, like you're the writer. You want to write. And actually there was a girl who came to my school. She like transferred into my school and she started writing. Like she was into writing. And my friends were like, who does she think she is? You're the writer. So it does sound like we were the bullies now.
Yeah.
All she's doing is trend spotting. That's not writing.
Yeah, that's your thing. So like, I think it worked out. Most of my friends were into sports or music or other things. So that it was like, oh, great, she's writing. And then my friends came to my book signing senior year and they were really supportive. Yeah, so it was nice.
Yeah.
More than a label.
I've told you this, but like your high school was known, especially like around the time we were in high school, as having a really hot, really fast girls track team. It was like the Big Short girls are so fast and are so freaking hot. It's crazy.
They are fast. Our track team was really good. I tried out. It didn't make it at all.
I just realized I know the name. I know the name of the coach at your high school.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because his son ran for Smithtown.
Oh, he had a son? Wow. I didn't even know that. Very separate personal business. I didn't even know he had a son.
He had a son named Steve. That's so cool.
Wait, but isn't the teacher's name Steve?
Oh, yeah, maybe his son was Tim and he was Steve. I'm not going to say their last name.
I guess it could be a junior. It could be a junior situation. I don't know.
But he was, I think the son was even a year younger than me. And no offense, son, like even a little younger than you. So like,
sure.
Maybe he didn't have a son like high school age when you were there.
Oh, but any son. Well, I know, we won't say their names, but you know, my crush, his siblings were on the track team.
Oh, are they the girls that I asked you about, the sisters?
We've talked about it, yeah,
yes,
a little bit.
Well, they were very, very fast.
Yeah, they were fast. I was already graduated before they were like running very fast, but I definitely heard about it. Like, oh, they're really fast now. They both
in
middle school, I think. One was a freshman, maybe when I was a senior.
And then and they ran fast from an early age because I remember the younger one of the sisters was like an all-star 8th grader who was running for the high school, and then also they both ran for Stanford though and didn't have like meaningful college careers.
Oh, well, we don't want to talk about that.
Damn.
Well, they don't know who they are.
Wait, I'm gonna turn my
AC on.
Okay.
It must be amazing to discover you're fast.
I know. I think about that all the time. All I did was discover I was slow over and over again for years. Timmy, did you run track?
No, but I was trying to find a sport that might work for me because I'm not really athletic, but I had a lot of enthusiasm and I wanted to be like social and with friends. So I tried out for track and I was doing the hurdles and I tripped over them and then I like ran off the field.
But now we're thinking, Aisha was sending us in the room pictures of her journal, and you did have a page in your journal called like volleyball goals for this year.
Yeah,
so you must
volleyball
have. And one was to read about complete a book that it was like Complete the Art of Volleyball by Steve Rowling.
Yeah, it was like better volleyball for girls. Very me to be like, I'll read a book and that's how I'll get better at sports.
better volleyball for girls. Okay. So who do you go to prom with?
I went to, it was a lot of drama for my prom.
Oh, incredible. That's the best any of us can hope for from our prom.
Yeah. I went to prom with this friend of mine, but my best friend in high school was and is gay. And he wanted us to go.
Still fighting the good fight.
He wanted us to go to prom together.
Was he out?
Like, he wasn't like out, but he wasn't like hiding.
But he wasn't
Yeah.
He was out to me. He was like, our friends knew, but it wasn't like a school-wide thing. But I think people assumed, and he wasn't like trying to.
Because of his voice and stuff like that.
You know.
Didn't people assume?
I really don't even know. I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I think it was mostly because he hung out with a lot of girls, actually.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it was like
classic.
he's hanging out with a lot of girls.
It's dead giveaway. It's so
It's
scary.
so classic.
Yeah.
It's like they have 14 best friends and they're all girls. It's like love.
Yes. That's what it was. And his thing was actually talking a lot like a dad. His thing was very much like, I'm going to talk like an adult dad. And that was like, it was like,
That's
I'm above this.
cool.
I'm older. I'm like more mature than everyone.
Right.
So that was his voice.
And it also is so gay guy to like make drama over prom because it's like he said we were going together, and it's like, well, I want to go with a heterosexual person I'm interested in, so like leave me alone.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. And I think there was also maybe, I don't know. My theory was that maybe there was also interest on his side, but with that guy, but who knows?
Oh.
But then, so like, and I was friends with that guy's sister, and she said, oh, he wants to ask you, you should go. So then I asked him and he said yes. But then he started secretly seeing this girl in a grade below us.
That's
So it was like this thing where it was like, wait, I don't want to go to prom with someone who now has a girlfriend. Like I would be fine to go as friends or
Right.
fine to go as more than friends, but you can't just get a girlfriend before prom.
Totally.
Like this
It's like,
No.
changes the dynamic.
It's like,
So my friend was
I could go
like-
with my gay guy. I could go with my gay guy if that's what we're gonna do.
Well, but meanwhile, this girl Megan, her date was suspended for doing a senior prank, and he wasn't allowed to go to prom. And then Megan asked my friend, and so he was like, "You could have been with me, but now you're not."
But now
Because Megan's name was suspended.
What was the prank?
It was like putting some stuff on the. I wasn't in the class that saw the prank. It was like one of those classes where it's like, oh, if you were in period 2, you saw it, but if you had the class period 8, you didn't see it. But it was basically
Totally.
like changing the projector slides. Like it was a teacher who would always use slides to teach the class, and the joke was kind of like he just puts on slides. You wouldn't even notice if the slides had something else on it, and he had put other stuff on it. And maybe it was like curse words or pictures of penises. I assume. I don't know.
Sounds
It was like
amazing.
something, and then he got suspended. Couldn't go to prom. My
Oh
friend
my
went with
God.
Megan. And we
That's
all went in a big group together. So it was like I had to see it in my face.
Yeah.
And he was like overdoing it, being like, I got Megan a corsage. Like he was very much like, this could have been you having the time of your life with your gay best friend. And instead you're in this awkward situation with a boy who has a secret girlfriend in 11th grade.
And did you call him an F slur because of that?
No. And then we still got to dance to our song at prom. So it
What
What's
ended
your
up being,
song?
our song was What's Love by Fat Joe.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Yeah, it's so good, right?
good. I've been
So
on
we got to
a
dance
real...
it together. It was like we ended up where we were supposed to be.
I've been on a
What's
real
our
Ashanti
songs
kick
break
lately.
even?
Yeah, when the heart breaks into it. Or It's Better Now by Post Malone.
Yeah, that's the OG. It's the best.
No,
Have you
used
guys
to-
danced to it together?
we used to do our end our live shows by doing
No.
a dance to Post Malone Better Now. But I've been on
Oh, I
such an
love it.
Ashanti kick lately. I've been like really delving back into her work, and she lives on Long Island now.
She lives on Long Island now? Wow.
She grew up on Long Island and lives in Long Island. She grew up somewhere in like northern Nassau.
Oh, wow. I'm fascinated by people who return to Long Island to live. One of my friends, her brother lives in our town now with his wife.
It's interesting. The internet's really confusing about like Ashanti's current situation because they're like she's married to Nelly and lives with him. She does live in Long Island and he lives in a different state. I'm like, I'm like, y'all need to. How much time are they spending where? Like, I can't figure it out.
Yeah. And which state? If it's New Jersey, maybe it's fine. But if it's California.
No, it was far. It was like a random state, I think. I have to like relook it up.
New
But
Mexico.
like, she was so special, Ashanti.
Yeah. And she was always collaborating.
I can't think of a single like this is just an Ashanti song. She just was a true collaborator.
You're right. I can't really think of like a solo. I mean, I probably will as soon as this is over, but is Mesmer? No, that's a song that she did with Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a fetish for fucking with your skirt on. Okay.
That's a different one. That's the one where they're dressed up as characters from Greece and they're at a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
And that's Your Lips, Your Smell. Maybe that is. I don't know. So many of songs from that era, I just remember the video and not even the title.
I know.
Sometimes.
Well, especially when it's something like Ashanti dressed as Bad Sandy. Like, you're gonna remember that.
Yeah, you'll never forget that.
Okay. And do you want to share, Aisha, where you went?
Oh, you
After
mean
high
college?
school? Yeah.
I went to Harvard.
What was it like? What was it like?
What?
It
Like,
was
it's hard.
weird.
What? Like, it's hard.
What? Like it's hard?
Well, that movie came out like very close to when I got into Harvard, and all my friends were quoting it because they were like, "You're a ditz, but you're going to Harvard." And I was like, "Yeah!"
That must have felt amazing.
It was really fun, and again, because I was in this super supportive high school environment, it was like everyone was so excited. It was like a small town thing of like, "Yay! Someone from our school is going to Harvard." Even though the year before also it was a big deal because someone from our school who was on the softball team got into Harvard, and we had the #1 girls softball team in the state. So people were really supportive when someone would get into Harvard. It'd be like a big deal, like, "Yay! Someone from our town's going to Harvard. It's so exciting."
That's amazing.
And then there were a lot of Legally Blonde jokes of, I'm not blonde, obviously, but I'm blonde in spirit, I guess, in terms of my interest.
And I won't stop till I won't stop now. That scene is so good.
Wait, what's that again? That's like when she's...
Nothing standing in my way.
Oh, that's the best. Hoku.
Do you think we've gotten to a place where we can use Built This Way for something else? From Mean Girls.
Built This Way?
Yeah, it's like, do you ever feel the song from the end of Mean Girls? Do you ever the Sam
Mean
Rose
Girls.
song?
I was thinking,
I'm too tired. I'm not gonna sing it. But I'm just thinking of iconic movie things where it's like if you wanted to put Built This Way, and it's so iconic of Mean Girls. But I'm like, do you think now it's been enough time that we could use it for something else? Do you ever
think
feel
so?
like
Since Kat and I don't seem to even remember what it is.
I'm like, I think we're safe. Mark's safe from thinking Built This Way is cliche.
No, right? That feeling when everything's fine in Girl World.
God, why is that movie so good? They really did the damn thing with that one.
I know.
There hasn't been a good movie really since that era. Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everybody's put something out.
Sorry, other movies.
Sorry, all other movies. Wait, so did you like Harvard? What was the experience like?
You get...
It was weird. I think a lot of my friends, I think it's strange. It's either a lot of people who are really intense, who worked really hard in high school, or just people who are really rich and their parents got them into the school. So it's like an interesting dynamic. I really loved going to school, like in Cambridge, like being in a college town like that. Like it felt super college town. My husband went to NYU and was in the city, and I have a lot of friends who went to school in the city. And it's always like, oh, like Harvard has a real campus, and like the town is centered around the campus too. It's like the bookstore has your textbooks. Like it felt like my idea of college in my head in that way.
Because you also were a huge fan of Gigi.
Felicity.
Oh, I said Gigi Gilmore Girls in terms of Rory
Oh.
always wanting to go to Harvard. And
I
that
thought
was
you meant
like,
college. Yes. I did identify
Yes.
with Rory always wanting to go to Harvard. My favorite episode is the one when they take the road trip to Harvard. And
Yeah.
I grew up with a single mom too. So it felt very much like, oh, yes, this is exactly my story. Though then Rory, spoiler, chooses Yale.
But can we talk about how your parents are kind of like, doesn't she not get into Harvard? Or she chooses Yale to be close.
No, she does get in Harvard. She gets into Harvard and Yale and Princeton, but she chooses Yale because she wants to be closer to Stars Hollow, Connecticut.
And
Mhm.
Makes sense.
and she was like, I
Terms
think it's
of
gonna
production.
Be, yeah, she's like, it'll be better for the plot if I'm close, Mom. I'm gonna stay close to home because of the show.
Yeah.
But
It's going to be a lot better.
But can we talk about your parents? Can we talk about your parents are kind of like will they, won't they to this day?
Your parents
Yes,
are?
I grew up with my mom. My parents divorced when I was 2, and then they got back together when I was 27.
Whoa.
It was
Is that the most
shocking.
romantic thing you've ever heard in your life?
Yeah, how did they get back together?
They got back. Well, I was living in LA, and my dad had been living in the city, New York City, that is. And
Of course,
my mom
I'm familiar.
was living.
I'm familiar.
My mom was still on Long Island, like in the town I grew up in. And I had grown up like living with my mom. I'd see my dad on weekends and holidays and stuff like that. But just mostly me and my mom. And then when I was in LA, my mom has 5 sisters, and I actually had heard from one of my aunts, like, oh, your dad was hanging around I saw your dad with your mom. He's been around a lot lately. I was like,
You're like,
Oh,
record scratch?
that's interesting.
And her
I knew
date-
he had
her
taken
date
her
just got
out for like
suspended for-
a Mother's
for-
Day movie. So I was like, oh, okay, that's nice for Mother's Day. It's strange, but I guess that's a nice thing to do. Like, I'm in LA and my dad's taking my mom out.
Was it
But
the movie
then-
Mother's Day with Julia Roberts in that
No,
wig?
it was like a Star Trek movie because my mom loves sci-fi. And so I was like, okay, that's nice. But then they went to another movie. So then I called my mom and I said, what's going on with you and dad? Like, are you
Yeah.
back together? And she said, have you heard of the movie? It's Complicated. And I said, yes. She's like, have you seen the movie? It's Complicated. And I said, yes. And I was like, is that what's happening? And she said, no, but it is complicated. I was like, well, that's just a phrase then.
Have you heard of the phrase, it's complicated?
It's a phrase that's
I
based
think
on
it
a
was
movie.
introduced to her through that movie. So she was like, okay, how do I get Aisha to understand? I was like, I actually know about the phrase predating the movie.
That is so funny. Moms are so funny. And also like during that era, it was so like, there was like, it's complicated being an option for relationship status on Facebook. Remember
Yes.
that?
Yes, yeah. And that was
And
like,
people-
that's why the movie was named that. But my mom wasn't on Facebook, so she didn't know about that part of it.
She was
But
like,
the
"This
movie
is just a movie."
resonated. The movie
That
really
is
resonated
so
with her.
funny.
It's a good movie.
And
Yeah,
did you have a
it was
college
comedy.
BF?
I did have a college BF.
Of
Okay, what was his first and last name and email?
Oh, my dad.
We'd love to fact check this. We'd love to fact check this.
And what?
Yeah, let's
I'm
get
gonna-
his side of the story.
And then I'm gonna say 3 addresses, and you just say which one he's been associated with. You know those questions when it's like, which address have you been
Yes.
associated?
Have you been associated with this?
Because I'm like, I'm like, where have I lived? I actually don't know where I've lived, so I'm like, always think I'm
Yes.
gonna get it wrong, and I'm so relieved when I see one of my addresses on the thing. I'm like, amazing.
It's like, that's me.
Yeah, but then sometimes they always throw in
It's
one.
me. I don't know if I've ever been. Sorry, I don't know if I've ever been asked that.
Oh, I'm always.
But
being
maybe
asked
it's an
that.
Oh,
LA
I've
thing.
been asked
Maybe it's an
that.
LA thing.
Yeah, and
It's like
in LA.
choices, and they give you. It's like a weird because they give you choices. Then one is like not. One is your address, and the other 3 are not. But
Yeah, and then one is
you
like an apartment you lived in like for 1 year when you were like in 23. You're like, oh yeah, I guess that one. But so when you're like, whenever I lose like my documents, and I'm always having to like go through the government to get new ones, that's how they check it's really you. Because a hacker would never know where you lived when you were 23 for 1 year.
that's the one thing that's private. Though it also seems like, but this website has it, so it also
Yeah,
feels like it's not.
totally, you know, like the guy who invented this website could definitely be having
Yeah,
it.
it seems easy.
Okay, what was his deal?
His deal, he was a great first boyfriend. Like, we were both on the Lampoon together, which was like
Oh.
a comedy magazine at Harvard.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Kind of major.
Wait, so you got there straight and you were like, get me to the Lampoon.
How many girls were on it? How many girls were on it?
You were like, I'm done being a teen fashion writer. It's time I move into comedy.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I want to write. I knew I wanted to write. And my college essay was so bad. It was like, I was very, what they call a lopsided candidate, where I really loved writing and talked about writing a lot. And then when I got to, like, I did pre-Frosh weekend, it just seemed like the Lampoon was the place where I guess the people who I most wanted to hang out with were writing, because the newspaper, and I have friends who wrote for the newspaper, but it seemed really intense. It seemed like a bunch of Rory Gilmores, where it was like, we are getting the scoop. And I was like, I don't know if I want to like actually be like a full-time journalist at college. I think I just
You already
wanna
were a full-time
have fun.
teen author. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I was like,
Scholar.
I've already done this now. I need to take a break and just relax. So I joined the Lampoon, and you said how many girls? It was like a third girls. I don't remember
Okay.
yeah. So
A
there
third
weren't,
girl's a chic.
I guess. I mean, I wish it had been more. I think now it is more girls. I wish it had been
That's
more
good.
at the time.
I
But
remember
also
like
Harvard was really weird because there are all these finals clubs that are only men.
it's
And a
so
lot of my
crazy.
friends, it was like, oh, if you want to go out, you have to like stand in line for a finals club, which is basically you're standing out in line outside of a club, but the bouncer is some guy from your calculus class, which is so
No.
gross.
And is
And
he
so the
letting people
Lampoon
in
was
based
one
on?
place that was co-ed, that had its own building where we could have parties. So that was a big reason I liked it too.
Wait, you can have parties in a college building.
Well, technically they're not owned by the college, but they're buildings that are directly next to our campus. So it's like a weird, I think they have made some changes to that, because it was always like, oh, it's not affiliated with the university, but it is right next door to the dorms, and everyone who is in the finals club is at the university. So
Yeah.
and people who were donors to it went to the university. So it's a very strange thing. And then they started like a girls one when I was there, but they didn't have their own building, and it was, I don't know, it wasn't
so
great.
Not fair. That's not fair.
So were you
No.
were you up late at the Lampoon offices trying to crack this humor piece, and you called the guy over and be like, I'm just searching for this. It needs one little more observation. And he was like, yeah, do you mind if I? And then you
Yeah,
guys
go
looked
ahead. Go
like-
ahead. We're doing a play. We're doing a play. Go ahead.
Oh God, it could be this. Like,
Yeah, that's
how
good.
about- let me try. That's perfect. Don't you think? And then you start kissing.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that play. That would have been more like Felicity, which is what I imagined. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't like that. We did have our first kiss at the Lampoon, but it wasn't
Oh.
like we weren't working. It was just at a party.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, dance floor makeout.
What year were you?
What year? I was a sophomore.
And was
a
he
freshman.
June? Oh, he's a freshman.
No, freshman.
So you're
Younger.
cougar.
Younger.
So you're into younger.
He was like a mentor figure. turned romantic.
You were Tamara from Dawson's Creek.
Yes.
I just rewatched the pilot of Dawson's Creek. It was so like Tamara is so crazy in the pilot. Like she comes into the teacher at Pacey.
Yeah, the video store, right?
Yeah, and she's dressed so crazy. She's wearing a dress that goes down like literally 1 centimeter above her vagina. She has like the craziest like makeup. And she just like pours it on so thick. Like she runs The Graduate. She's like, it's the one where the older woman has sex with the younger boy. And Pacey's like, oh, I think we have it. And then they like make out in the town square and like the end of the pilot. It's like, this woman needs to be locked up. And Joshua Jackson looks like a child. Like it's crazy.
So she's fully going for it. Because I forget that she's in the pilot immediately.
Yes,
I
but
thought
they're
she was
also-
introduced later.
But and like they do this story thing where she's like, I forgot that like I knew she was introduced in the pilot, but I thought it was like more of a slow burn of like they're flirting and then they get together. But I was like, no, she comes into the video store, lays it on thick, and then the next day it's like the first day of sophomore year and she's his teacher. And then there's like they've had and then like their homework the first night of school must have been read the entirety of Wuthering Heights, because then they got the next scene they're like talking about Wuthering Heights, and she's like. And she was like, Heathcliff was a nice man, and Catherine was crazy, and he didn't deserve like this unstable woman, and like she was talking about herself like feeling crazy sexual vibes with a high schooler, and how she couldn't do that.
I don't remember this at all, but it sounds
that's what she meant?
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, she tried to
That
map
seems
it
so
onto
bad
Wuthering
now.
Heights.
That seems like terrible.
I know.
Did we think it was terrible at the time, or were we kind of like cool?
I think we were like cool.
Wait, so then post Harvard, were you like, I'm going to LA, I'm a TV writer, I'm making my dreams come true?
No, well, kind of, but actually at first when I went to school, I did a weird thing where I joined the Lampoon and I was like, I like writing comedy, but I wasn't thinking I was going to be a comedy writer. I thought I would write funny short stories for the New Yorker. And I
Chic.
thought this would be like a full-time job. That would
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
But I was like, I think I read like one Dorothy Parker biography. It was like, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I was taking creative writing classes and then I applied for a creative thesis and I didn't get it. It was like only a few people got it. The teacher was like, you misquoted the wrong author and it was really hard to choose, but we had to choose by something and you misquoted this author. And I was like devastated. Called my college boyfriend crying. So dramatic. Being like, I didn't get the thesis.
And he was like, I'm 15 years old. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just trying to work at this video store and you're coming in here. And I had a gap in my schedule then. And so I took a screenwriting class. A lot of my friends were taking it. It was closed, but I was like, please let me in. I have like no writing elective from my schedule. Can you let me in? And the professor was really nice and she let me in. And then she ended up being great. And she introduced me to the films of Nicole Holofcener and was just like super supportive. She was great. And then she was like, you should apply to grad school for screenwriting. So I applied to USC.
Oh, amazing.
And as Pat knows, I love Grey's Anatomy and Shonda Rhimes. And there had been a profile of Shonda Rhimes in Elle magazine and it said she had gone to USC for writing. So I was like, okay, new thing. I'm not going to be a short story writer. I'm going to be a television writer. And I'm going to write
choice,
drama.
by the way.
I'm going to write dramedy. I'm going to write drama. Like, yeah. It was definitely actually a better move. My mom was happier, but still kind of like, how are you going to make this work? And so I moved to LA and like I went to grad school for a year and then I got scared of how much it cost. So I took a leave of absence. And then in that leave, I was an assistant and an intern and then like just did a bunch of those type of jobs. I worked for a reality show company. I worked for Todd Phillips' company. And then I applied to be an assistant for this show called Sit Down, Shut Up, which was like an animated show that Mitch Hurwitz was developing. And these two guys, Bill Oakley and Josh Weinstein from The Simpsons, were running it. And then they were like, do you want to be a staff writer on the show? Because they had read my sample, which people had said they would do. And like, I'm sure you guys know, like people say they'll read your sample and they don't read it, or they read it like 7 months later. I'm guilty of that too. I don't always get to things when people send me stuff. But they read it and then they were like, we want to offer you a job. So I was like, yay.
Wow. And then was Parks your next thing after that?
Yeah, Parks was my second job after that. Yeah. And then I was just there through my 20s. It was so fun. It was great. It was like the best place to learn.
Were you S1 of Parks and Recreation?
2.
Wow.
S2.
You came busting through the door in S2 and said we're changing everything.
I mean, I'm across the country LMAFOing at your writing. I'm watching them every day. I'm LMAFO. It's the best.
Catherine's a huge Sit Down, Shut Up fan.
Shut up.
Yeah. And she was like, no, why is she leaving? Why'd they cancel the show?
That sucked. But yeah, no. Parks.
But that must have been such a fun era of TV writing. Because it was like so different, it seems like.
Does it feel very different than the landscape these days?
Oh, yeah, it's so different. I mean, so different we talk about this at work.
Yeah. Like
a lot. I mean, the Zoom thing is different for us, obviously, but then some shows aren't doing that. So the biggest difference was I felt like everything about the show was in one building. So it's like the writer's room, the actors' trailers were like in front of the building. The set was in the same accounting. Every department was all together. So it really did feel like a big family or like a summer camp experience. And it would be really normal to just have like, oh, Adam Scott's visiting. And now like our friend from accounting is visiting and the editors are coming in. Like we all shared the same kitchen. And then sometimes people would go down to set if they wanted like some fancier snacks and we do that. Or you could stop in. If you weren't on set for your episode, you could also just go downstairs and hang out and see. So like that part was really great. But I think even at the time, I remember someone from the office saying like, those Parks and Rec writers can't be that happy. Like they can't be happy. Like they can't like each other that much. But we did really like each other, and that helped too. And I think that was Mike and Amy, because Mike, who co-created the show with Greg Daniels, he and Amy had worked together on SNL. So it was like this thing where they were really used to like, oh, writers and actors work together, because they share offices at SNL. So it was like very much like we're not going to keep writers and actors separate. it's like we're all doing this together. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of like, there's no like, oh, this is where this part of the team goes, or this is where this, like, we knew all the camera operators, like everyone, like a sound
What a
prop. Like
dream.
there's a member of the lighting team now runs a restaurant in Eagle Rock, and I saw him there. It has great lighting, which makes sense, and it's like really nice. And I saw him there, so it's like, yeah, it's so nice. Anytime I run into anyone who worked on parks in any capacity, it's always so great.
Yeah. If I went to a Hex lighting person's restaurant, I literally wouldn't even know it.
Yeah, but no, you probably have been. You've been to 3, Pat. Well, it surprised you to know you've been to 3.
Do you know what I'm in the mood for lately? John and Vinny's.
What do you get there?
Like, just like American Italian. Just like American Italian, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like in the mood for that kind of food.
And you're
You should get
driving there,
it.
or you're getting delivery, or
No, like I'm not. I'm just like in the mood for it. I haven't been getting.
Oh, you've
it.
never
I'm just
had
like
it.
saying like I've been talking with. No, I have had it. I have had
And
it.
you've
But
never. It doesn't seem like you've had it the way you're talking about it.
The last time I had it. The last time I had it was March. I remember because it was actually a day I did something.
Cool. With your friend.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
it was a day I told a friend something. Yeah.
Something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
At John and Vinny's.
No, I told a friend something and it was like loaded, and then I went with my real friend to like John and Vinny's to like process afterwards.
Oh,
Cool.
okay, a processing space. And now you're craving that again.
It's an
Emotionally,
Italian
you're
American
craving-
processing space.
I want to open a processing space. Most processing spaces fail in the first year.
You need a good
Okay.
lighting guy. You need a good lighting guy.
Wait, and so when did you shed the college boyfriend? Did you shed him in college?
When did you acquire your new partner?
Yeah. When did you shed
When
and
I
when did
shed
you
the-
acquire? New
The
segment.
college boyfriend, it ended like at the end of my senior year, like maybe halfway
Classic.
through
A
senior
classic
year.
time.
And I broke up with him, and then I immediately regretted it, which was
Really?
A rite of passage, of course.
And I tried to get back together, and then he was
And
like,
he was
well,
like-
actually, you broke up with me, and that hurt, and now I'm free, and I'm not dating you anymore. And I was like, okay.
He was
But
like,
I tried to break up with him
"It's little
before, and he had
tea."
been like, no, we must stay together. So I thought, I was like, oh, that will just happen again. Like,
Yeah.
I made a mistake. We'll be back together. And he was like, no, it's actually not fun, you breaking up with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but then it was a little like off and on after that too. It took a while to break up.
Of course.
For real.
Of course, he's the love of your life.
And you only
Ben
get
just
one.
And it is only one. And then you try to make it work the best you can with whoever you find. But
A good
You
man.
can get back
Will you-
together in 25 years like your parents.
yeah. Them getting back together really threw me for a loop, because it was right around the time when I was like in the thick of dating, and I made a lot of mistakes by being like, I have to revisit everyone from my past.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, my parents got back together. Like, could this happen to me? And I made some mistakes. Like, I made mistakes of like contacting a friend and being like, maybe we should be together. Maybe we should date. Like, it really messed with my head
Of
during that
course.
time.
Damn.
Okay. So, and
So
when
how'd you
did
meet your husband?
We met at a dinner party. I went as my friend's like wingwoman kind of. She had been hooking up with this guy on set, and she wanted to know if it was a set romance or if it was something that could like continue in LA. So she was like, come with me to this dinner. I went with her, and the guy was annoying, and I was like, he was so hot. He was so hot. I was like, I get why you want this to be
Right.
something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to work out. But I met Ben at that dinner. But then we didn't date for 2 years until 2 years after that. Like, we were never single at the same time.
Until
and
he took
like,
you to a Mother's Day movie and everything was on.
and I was like, wait, I know what this means.
Yeah. Star Trek on Mother's Day. You're in love with me.
The dinner was
This could
hosted.
be.
The dinner was hosted by the woman Pat had a Zoom with.
Yeah. I did get in
General.
trouble for like, at the dinner there was like a rumor going. It was like lesbians and gay guys, which is actually always such a funny mix. And like, like there was like a rumor going around that me and my gay friend took too much stock.
I heard that
Too much
actually in New
duck?
York. I heard
Yeah,
that.
it was like, oh, you took a lot of the duck, huh? It was like, but I didn't know what was appropriate, how much duck to take. But there was like, me and my friend took too much duck at the party, and the lesbians weren't happy with us.
Fair
'Cause it was
enough. I'm team
No,
lesbians. I
but
heard you. Everyone was saying you took too much duck.
It was really good duck, but I just didn't know. I mean, it was like literally.
I never
like,
really loved duck. Do you guys?
neither, but it was really good.
No, I don't
It
know
was
if I've
really
ever
good.
even had it. Maybe once I've had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one. Yeah, maybe one.
In
Okay.
a processing space.
This
This is a duck-based
in a
processing space.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
Like they would need a time to process how much duck you. It's like if this were a processing space, I'd be able to deal with how much duck you took, but it's not.
I
Right.
want to open an Asian fusion processing space.
You guys, I can't believe how hungover I am. It's not fair.
Really?
It's not fair.
you
All
have
I did was go to
fun?
dinner.
Oh,
yeah,
just
it
dinner.
was divine. Well, it was like it was dinner. It was 2 drinks at dinner, and then it was like, let's go for
Yeah.
one more.
I
And
was
then
like
one
just
more
having a
turned
night.
into 2 more.
Yeah,
I was having
that's
actually
also
no-
New York to me. I feel like that's New York, but LA would be like a different location. Well, we have to coordinate
I
cars and
know.
driving. It
Totally.
wouldn't happen.
But I knew you were
No.
having a night because I
Probably
saw you post on the
posted.
story. Like, here's my gay. Got this person I've never seen in my life. Here's my gay friend. He's single. His DMs are open. I was like, what is she doing? I was like,
He wanted me to.
I just was like, where are they? Who is that?
You know what? It's funny. I just hadn't been. I've been out of town. I hadn't had like a New York night in so long. I was like, let's have a night. Let's like go to the Lower East Side, and then we went to look at Lady Gaga's old apartment, and then that's when I posted.
Pat, I know what you
Yeah.
would and wouldn't. Like Ben and I,
Yeah.
you know, we've been aware of Ben's a really good matchmaker, so we've been
Ben-
aware
yeah.
of that.
Really?
Ben's aware
we
of my.
attempted a little bit of a match make,
Yes.
a little bit,
Yes.
but
a
it
little
went off
bit.
the rails.
Can I
because
ask who
wasn't
it was
close.
with, and we can bleep
No.
it? Can we bleep it?
It was like
No,
at
it
Aisha's
wasn't. It was just
birthday.
like it was at my birthday, and then it was. Pat said, "Who's gay and single here?" Which isn't like real matchmaking.
Yes.
Right,
And then
right.
and Ben did a good job of just like easing into a conversation. We could see how the waters were feeling.
Got
and
you.
it wasn't quite that like
It's hard to
lightning in
set
the
Pat up
bottle.
because he's always saying like, I don't want to be in a relationship, or I can't imagine being in a relationship. I feel like you don't really want to date someone.
no, that's not true. I do
Oh,
want to
okay.
do something, I think.
Oh, okay. I think.
Can you imagine being in a relationship? Try to imagine it. Would you ever date someone who lives like in a different town, different like city?
Like Stars Hollow?
Would you ever date
Oh,
someone from
shit, like-
a rival town?
I would. It would just have to be someone. It's so interesting. I've noticed in myself, like I do like my own space and my own time and whatever. But when I get sort of falling into that like anxious, like kind of obsessive, I need to hear from them thing. It's whenever it feels very insecure and like very like I can't. If I knew the person from the other town liked me, then I could
Yeah.
date them. But if I was like, I couldn't do the thing where it's like this person from the other town, I can't tell if they're into me, and I just have to rely on like getting a text every day.
Oh.
'cause, like,
Context clues.
No.
I couldn't do context clues with someone from another town. That has to be
Yes, yeah.
local.
Yeah,
if I want to
no.
go crazy over someone, they have to be quite local.
Yes, yes.
I get that. And what about if you met at a destination wedding and you hit it off? Like it's a 3-day weekend destination wedding, and then you hit it off, but then you're in different cities. Like, but you have the basis of, oh, we're into it.
I
Like Kristen
think
Doty, like Kristen and Luke.
totally. And then he could come on my reality show.
Yes.
I think I would definitely indulge in that for like the movie of it all. Like just to meet someone at a destination wedding, it's like you don't say no to that kind of opportunity. But
Maybe
I
at my
can't-
wedding.
I can't tell. I think like when I
Oh
get
yeah,
excited about something,
congratulations.
Thank
I know. I'm sure that will be a lot of gay guys.
It'll be
Flocking to
mostly gay
Houston.
guys. I
Yeah.
can't
Where's the
imagine.
destination? Which destination is it?
Well, my hometown of Houston, Texas.
Oh, nice. Okay. I've been to Houston.
know. It's
Like it.
okay. It's the food's good.
Yeah.
And the company's even better.
Well,
And
you're
did
supposed
you
to make
have
it-
like a Texas accent at any point? When I'm interviewing you now, I don't know why.
I can be whatever you want me to be, darling. No, I don't.
Oh, I like
My mom has a little accent. But wait, so
Yeah.
Aisha, so when did you know Ben was the one and that you wanted to have children with him? What day? What day? Date
different
and time?
moments. Different moments. I mean, we started dating in the last season of Park. So it's funny because a lot of like the people I worked with at that time, it feels like they were very much like a part of the soap of starting a new relationship. Like
So
Jen and I were
fun.
working together at that time. So it's like reporting back to the room being like, I'm going on a date, and like I left work early. I think maybe a big sign of was I left work early, and I had always been such a rule follower, and we were working late, and I was like, I have a date with Ben. I'm sorry, you have to tell. Like I was like,
Yes.
tell our boss, like it's booze. I was like, I had to go see about a boy. Like tell him that I
So
couldn't stay at
good.
work. And I just left work because I was like, I don't know if we're getting dinner or what, but I didn't want him to think I was standing him up. So I was like, I have to make the date. And
That's really
Wow.
sweet.
I did. And so that felt like a big turning point. And then, we went on like a trip together to Laguna, and
Really?
we could travel together. It was really sweet and nice. And then, yeah, I think that's around the time when I was like, I love him.
Oh,
And you got married in LA, right?
No, we got married in the Santa Ynez Valley at the same place Lauren Conrad got married because
Right.
I am
Oh.
basic to my core.
Fabulous.
I wanted that experience. Actually, I didn't know that Lauren Conrad had gotten married there, but I said to the wedding planner, I want to get married in a space where it's like an old ruined space where they said love, like nothing would ever grow here again, but then our love came and made it blossom. That was like my vision for it. It's very, I think
the
it's very,
17 magazine cave drawings are in the background.
yeah. I think it was very Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. Have you started trying on wedding dresses yet, Kat? Or any like?
No, I haven't started
'Cause
anything.
I would not have classified myself as like a wedding girl, like someone who I wasn't thinking about like my wedding is going to be like this, like not at all. But then once it started, it felt like there was some like time, like it was like something like some bomb had been detonated where it was like, oh my gosh, like all the Disney films I had watched, like suddenly went off in my head. Like I tried on a dress and I was like, I'm a princess. And then I was like, where did that come from? Like, what is that?
Aisha wore
And
for
it
her wedding
felt
dress
like
the yellow Beauty and the Beast gown. She wore down
it
the
felt
aisle.
like it was years of just watching Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella on loop that I thought I felt one way about weddings and dresses, and then all of a sudden once I was in it, I was like, oh, there's like a little 5-year-old girl in me that's like, yay, we're getting married.
Totally.
I'm sure I'll become full bridezilla as soon as I begin the journey.
Wait,
So
not
it
to
was
be a
nice.
bitch,
And then so that space, and then but it was nice. It was like near Solvang, which is that like Danish town, and so our friends got to stay there.
I
and
know
do a
it
lot
from
of fun
Vanderpump. I know it from
sightseeing.
Vanderpump.
And I haven't seen Vanderpump, so I don't know it from there.
You
And for
have
me, it's
to
only
watch
my.
it.
Promise us
I
you'll
hope
watch
they're-
it.
I hope
Wait.
it's coming off in a good way. I hope they're representing it in a nice way.
I mean, they just get absolutely black out and humiliate themselves. So
Okay.
No.
That's what my
No.
wedding guests were doing too. So
yeah,
not
perfect.
to fast forward, but who are you now, Aisha? So you did Parks, you did
Who are you
good.
now? Who
You
was
did Park. You did good as well, right?
I did good as well.
With Darby
I did
Carby.
Good Place. I
You
did seasons 1 and 4 of Good Place. So I have this like
did you get
I
the
was
random
almost
award?
like a
Did you get the
step
random
sibling
award
for like for
that?
Andrew and Jen and Joe like coming in and out.
Yeah. Oh, really? So were you with Andrew and did you work with Andrew on Good Place?
I did. I worked with Andrew on Good Place, but I wasn't there the whole time. That's when I was like, oh, I'm going to work on a book for a bit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And
working
was
on a
that
book
Loved
for a bit.
One?
Yes, it ended up being Loved One. Yeah, I didn't know the
Okay.
idea yet, but I was working on Loved One, and then I had like an injury for like months that was like terrible, where I fractured
What?
my hip and had to be on bed
No.
rest.
No,
Yeah, it was awful.
bedridden.
It was terrible. It was like full. I was like, this is
How did that
my mom
happen?
flew in to like be by my. No one knows. That's the thing, and it's like
No.
a mystery. And it's like you don't want to be a medical mystery. You don't want to be a medical mystery. They're like, we don't know, and they're like, are you? I didn't have any bone density issues because I can
Wow.
imagine listeners being like, test your bone density. They tested my bone
You'll
density.
get lots of messages. Yeah.
Yeah. They think that they don't really know. I must have fallen. I had a fall. Like I had an injury, but it's not something where I would have thought, oh, I fractured my hip. It was just like a long
Right.
process of figuring out what was wrong.
Damn.
And I felt like I was going insane because it was like, I feel this pain. And it was like, I don't know what it is. And I was like, is it in my head? Is it not a real thing? And then finally I saw this specialist that was like, they've done x-rays, but has anyone ever done an MRI? And I was like, no, they haven't. And then that's when the MRI revealed this like fracture.
Wow.
Damn, that
So I had to be
sucks.
on bed rest.
That was before you had a
So-
child?
Yes. I'm so glad. I don't know what it would have been like having a child during that time.
Oh,
But it was basically
God.
like I saw this woman recently, like this comedian was like, you were gone for a bit. Like, did you go away to have a child? And I was like, no, I went away, but it was for an injury. Like, it would have been more fun
Yeah.
having a child, but it
Yeah,
was not that.
damn.
It would have been more fun having
And
a child than
then
shattering your hip bone.
So people break. I think people break bones when they give birth, which is also a terrible
Oh
thing. But I didn't
God.
have that. And
Oh my
then
god.
and then during that time, I guess like then the last season of Good Place, and then working on the book, and then Hacks, first season of Hacks came out. And I was like, I love this show. It's so great. And I wasn't even sure if I was going to do TV anymore. I was like, maybe I'm just going to write books and not
Wow.
do TV. But I loved Hacks a lot. And I had always loved working with Jen Statsky.
The funniest.
She's the
Alum.
best.
Alum. We
Yeah,
launched her.
Alum
We
of the
launched her.
pot pot alum.
You're sitting on the podcast that launched her.
Yeah. I had never
Yeah.
really understood her until I heard her on the podcast. It's like you guys got into a different side of Jen.
Oh my God.
But yeah,
so,
it was
okay.
it was always so fun working with her. So I want to do it again.
And how do you feel like it compares novel versus television?
I think honestly, people were asking that question, and it's like for me, it feels like it's just writing. Like different types of writing. Like I'm reading a lot of Dr. Seuss Dione, and it's like I think Green Eggs and Ham, where it's like I would eat them here, I would eat them there. I feel like that's with me with writing. So I'll write anything. I'll do this, I'll do that. I'll write a play,
Yeah.
I'll do whatever. The biggest difference was just not having the room. So like when
Yeah.
I'm so used to like saying a joke out loud, and immediately like, oh, it's funny. It's not like you get that immediate feedback. And when you're writing by yourself, it's kind of like, oh, I have just trust myself, and I guess we'll see when someone reads it. But it's also like so much work. Pat's like working on a book right now. Like it's so much work. Like you have, and also like for a script, you can write 30 pages and know, okay, did it work or did it not work? But for a book, it's 300 pages before you can really know.
Yes.
And you want to
Crazy.
take breaks and be like, maybe I can know after 30 pages, but you really can't because it's the whole thing.
Totally. And every time
Damn.
you want to know if it works, you have to read a 300-page book.
Yes,
Hell.
you have to
Which takes me
reread the
7
book.
years. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was different. And then I think really the business part is the most different part. Like having a writer's guild, having a union as a TV writer.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about how helpful that is because I didn't feel like I didn't know what was going on in publishing. And the only reason I didn't know, I think, was because I had another career and I had friends who were authors, but I can't imagine just going into publishing, not knowing anything. Whereas when I started in TV, I was really young, but there were a lot of resources through the guild of like, okay, this is how your first job is going to go. And this is how
cool.
it works. And
I don't think I use the guild right because the guild
I
has
don't know
never
that
really
either.
helped me in any way, unfortunately.
Wait, you
did
guys.
you start? You had your first job in New York, right? Or for the guild?
It was Hacks, but I was in New York, but I'm still in East. I'm still in East for whatever reason.
I think for West, at least when I started, they were doing a lot of outreach stuff, and you can go to the building and there are all these scripts you can read for free. Like when I went, the first thing I did was I was like, oh, I can read the Romeo and Michelle script, and it has notes from the writer in the script. So I was like, this is such a cool place. And then I like didn't really go back again. I was like, I'll be here all the time. I didn't go back, but even just that first thing, it felt nice. And they would like tell you what to expect. And
what you expect when you're expecting.
What to expect when you're expecting a staff writer job.
Hello? Sorry, my internet just went out.
You're back.
Wait, sorry, you guys. I have to pee so bad. I'll be right back. No one scream. No one scream. No one scream. Sorry.
Okay. And I should wrap up soon. Aisha, you take for time
Okay,
too.
we can wrap up.
Okay. Aisha,
I didn't give you guys any good bits at all.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, this has been great.
This has been heaven.
Okay.
That's why we're like,
Great.
I didn't realize how much time had passed. I was like,
Okay,
damn, time flies when you're having fun.
Yay.
Aisha, who do you want to be? What's the end game? Green Eggs and Ham. I will rate it here. I'll rate it there. I'll rate it anywhere.
Who do I want to be? I don't know. It's weird. I'm at one of those like, inflection point, like those points in life where it's like you just finish a big project, like the book coming out and like being in season 5 of Hacks. Stay tuned. But it's like it is kind of like this. I was doing Hacks in the book at the same time for so long, and then when this season wraps and the book's done, it'll kind of be like, what's next? So I have ideas of what next to do, but I don't know. Like, I think I'm going to be more aware of what's going on, which is a weird thing to say, but I think like having a toddler writing a book, I feel like I missed out on just some things. Like definitely not a trend spotter right now. Like definitely not. Maybe I'll go back to my
Back to your
trend
roots.
spotter truth. Yeah. Of finding things. Next time you see me, I'll be decked out in trends.
I love it.
Totally. I know. I do feel like it's an inflection way for me too, but again, I can't tell what's next. And I'm really bad at having that feeling. I really like to know what's like at least the next year or something like that.
Yeah, it's like it, but then do you feel, because I feel like I've talked to a lot of writers about this, where TV writers complain when we don't have a job. They're like, "Oh, when's the next job coming? What's going to happen?" And then once we do, it's like, no, now I can't do this. I can't
I
travel
know.
the world. I can't
You
go to
can't
work."
win. You can't
Like, things
win.
that we
I
never
know.
would have done. It's suddenly like, I was supposed to
I
live in
know.
France for 5 months. It's like, we didn't make any plans to do that.
And after you an outline, what?
Do you guys
I
feel hot
know.
today?
I like do. I guess I was
Oh.
like at this gay space, like, but I was like, I will say it was a really hot, like, it was physically like hot, and it was
Right.
like and I didn't know I was going there, so I was like wearing like a long sleeve thick shirt and like filled with duck. So like I was like not feeling like hot. But
Totally.
I think this morning I'm just like overtired in a way that is making me feel hot because I didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah, I don't feel hot. I'm bone tired, hungover, and I need to like take a shower and change my whole life. That's okay.
Did you
That's
feel
okay.
hot? That's okay. Did you feel hot last night? Because sometimes
Yeah.
after the hottest night, you feel the worst.
I
in the
looked
morning.
Totally.
last night. I literally was like, everyone walking down the street wants to fuck me. I was like, it's crazy my power right now. Cut to now, I'm like.
Yeah.
Last night, I literally was like, these guys want me so bad. It's like, no, they don't.
They're all gay. They're all gay and
Yeah,
looking.
And they're all
Exactly.
gay. They're all gay. They're all gay, and they're all making posters.
Love.
Okay.
Aisha, do you feel
so-
hot today?
I think I do feel hot today. I feel hot because of this necklace, which you can't even see in my box. But this
beautiful.
is
Let me
actually
see.
something that like I picked out because I was aware. This is like getting back to my trend spotting. Like I
Yes.
found this necklace online and I was like, oh, I found this like vintage necklace online. Like this is fun. I'm gonna get it. And that makes me feel kind of hot. Also, I got a blowout yesterday. That's fun.
Love.
Woo.
She's crazy. She's crazy.
Out of control.
You're crazy, Carrie.
Carrie,
you're
I was just
crazy.
like, I don't just write books.
Yeah. I get blowouts. And-
crush of the week. Oh, I have to give it back to Kind. They sent me those heaven sent
wow.
bars. Those heaven sent bars I talked about. Who they sent me like a box of them, like a whole boxes of them. I'm so excited.
You're never going to believe my crush of the week. I don't know what came over me. Last night I was like, I need to have Chipotle. I need to order a Chipotle bowl.
I've been having that. I've been like, it's been so
Unbelievable.
long.
Unbelievable.
Are they still doing cool stuff?
They're doing amazing work, and I love the corn salsa. And it's like for years I was Dos Toros.
Yeah.
And then I went
yeah.
back to my roots yesterday, and I was like, this is really powerful stuff.
What an amazing, fast,
Thanks.
casual processing space.
No one's doing it like that processing space.
Yes, no one's thought of that. Like, what if you want to process fast?
Yes. Quick, yeah.
My ex is walking down the street. I need to know how I feel about this immediately.
Straight to Chipotle.
Yeah, I don't have time to do it, John Benny's.
Yeah, I don't have time for like a 3-course processing space. I need immediate. Does the crush of the week have to be food related?
No, it just always is.
No, it could be a person, place, thing. Sometimes it's like a legitimate sexual.
Or an idea.
You know what? I have a crush of the week. I have a full crush of the week.
Oh, great.
It's Olivia Dean. Have you listened to any of her music?
Oh, someone just posted about her being like, she's everything. Okay, I'm looking her up right now.
I totally agree. And the weird thing is that when people have, like a few people who've posted like, oh, I'm reading Love One, or like they'll mention the book, they tag it with that music, like with Olivia Dean.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was like, oh, let me see what this is all about. And then as I was listening, not to like an album, but you know, those like, this is the artist playlist where they just put a bunch of their random music. It got to a song, and it was a song I had put on the Love One playlist, like the official playlist for the book. And
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
oh, I remember this musician. Like I listened to her years ago. I think she had like 4 songs at that time, like was starting new. And I was like, oh, I really like this song. I wish she had more. And then now it's this woman that people have been tagging with the book. So I'm like, this feels very like it feels like a full
Kismet.
circle moment. And
I love this album
it's also
art.
something that my daughter actually likes. Yeah, that's one from her old album. She has a new one that came out like 2 days ago.
Okay, great.
Look
I'm gonna look it
into
up.
Man I Need and Lady.
Amazing.
Also, my daughter has really specific music taste, and it doesn't always she wants certain songs, but she likes Olivia Dean right now. So it's like we both like Olivia Dean, so that's great. Normally, she wants to hear the same Lady Gaga songs over and over again, which I can get into, but then sometimes I want a break.
Love.
Okay, and are
you guys mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
mad at
my
me?
internet went out for a second? That was kind of annoying.
No, it didn't even feel like a full out. For us, it was almost like just a flicker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I was like, guys.
Are you
It
guys
was like
mad
it
at
was
me
a very
that I'm like,
elegant.
Thank you. Not at all. I'm so like proud of you for going out
No.
last night. Like, I think you're
I
cool. I think you're
know.
cool.
I don't even think that the duck thing was your fault. That's how not mad I am at you. I'm
Yeah.
kind of like,
well, it was kind of like, how am I
The
supposed to know
duckcident.
how much duck to have? You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was like kind of crazy. I hope it's okay that I'm
Also,
speaking
like,
about it so publicly.
order
What does it
more.
mean?
Kind of, right? Order more.
Kind of,
know.
yeah.
You don't think there wasn't enough duck? Like, you are still in the restaurant. Just get more.
This
isn't on
it was,
Pat.
well, no, it was like a seated dinner at someone's home.
Oh, well,
Does
then
it-
actually now.
Order more. Have more delivered.
well,
Have duck
I need
delivered.
some time. I need to get to a processing space stat because
Chipotle,
I'm no longer
Chipotle,
sure.
here
I'm
you
like,
go.
I'm not sure.
I had like 4 little chunks of duck, and it was like
I know, but duck is something-
Fine.
People love to be like,
It's
my
so
mom loves to be like,
fine.
it's really rich. Duck is really rich.
But it's like
she
it's
loves
my
to tell
only
me
source
that.
of protein for this whole meal, so I do have to have at least a little bit of
Macros.
it.
Wow, I need to
what
wash
mean?
my hair, which is cool.
I
need
think
to go get
that's
a
still
blow.
fine. I'm not
Oh,
definitely not mad at you. Are you guys mad at me? Are you mad at me because my daughter is making noise at the beginning?
No,
Oh.
how can we ever?
You know
I've
I
heard
view
so much
her
about
as
you
my
from
own.
Pat. It's like talking to you. It's like coming home. I mean, it's just a breeze. It's just
yeah.
easy breezy. You're so funny, so wonderful. Thank you
I
for coming
love
on.
being here. I love listening, and now I'm part of it. This is so
Stay.
great. And now
Good.
Pat, our fan, will be really excited. Pat and I
I
have a
know.
mutual fan
Oh,
cat.
great.
And Catherine, she's one of C Treatment's biggest fans is one of Aisha's biggest fans.
Oh, great. Well, and we can. And if you're listening to this, go buy Loved One.
Yes, if you're listening to
Yes,
this, go
go
buy
buy
Loved
Loved
One. Do you want to say what the
And
Go
plug
by
Love
is?
Loved One, read
you wanna do a
it,
pitch?
leave a nice review if you like it.
Do you want to do a pitch of it or something really quick?
I hate doing a pitch of it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I like hate trying to summarize it.
Yeah.
But I will say, can I do like how I would want to do it, since this is a space with you guys? Because I feel like when it's like NPR, someone's asking me like, now sum up your book in 30 seconds.
yeah.
It feels
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of pressure, and I don't like
Yeah.
it. But if I could say it, I would say like it's kind of like it's about this woman whose close friend passes away, and she's his first girlfriend, and basically she enters into this kind of tangled relationship journey with his last ex-girlfriend, and it's kind of like who knew him best. And the book takes place in LA, Barcelona, and London. So if you are if you are a writer on hiatus and you're dreaming
Yeah.
of going somewhere, but you actually won't be booking the tickets, you could read the book. So it has like kind of like travel
Eat, pray,
escapist
love.
vibe. People in Australia are really loving it. So if you see any like Australian
Okay.
reviews, they do such a good job. I was like, they should be on the marketing team. This Australian woman described the book, and she was like, who would have thought that the most Moorish, sexy, escapist, vibey novel of the year would be masquerading as a grief novel? And I was like, wow, you should definitely, this is great. So that's basically what the book is about. I think people will like it if they're fans of like Sally Rooney, Dolly Alderton type of stuff.
Great.
It's literary fiction, but kind of it's romantic too.
Ooh. I love it. Well,
Um,
congrats. That's
Thank you.
amazing. And Pat, when a heart breaks,
It don't break even.
no way. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you so much, Aisha.
Thank you so much,
And
Aisha.
love to your fam.
Thank you for having me.
Treatment. If you're boring as